Good morning from Bella Terra Vineyards. We are here with Marcel. We're talking about all the different events that are happening this summer, and we're talking about harvest and what you have already made. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks, welcome back.
It's always such a pleasure.
I think we'll start the morning with some nice refreshing rosé.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea, but it's a very special rosé, isn't it?
Yes, so as you might know, we're House of Cabernet Franc, like big, bold, huge, big reds, some Cabernet Merlot blends, but we make a seasonal wine as well. Every year, very limited edition, and it's 100% Cabernet Franc rosé. It's not sweet, but it's very fruit forward.
It smells really good.
You know, so you get a little bit of that strawberry.
Well, how is it made?
So there's different ways of making rosés. A lot of time rosé is like a blend of white and red wine, which you might think of right away. This is done in a style called Saignée, and
Saignée.
Exactly, where we basically pile all the grapes into the press, but without actually pressing them. It's their own weight starts crushing the grapes on the bottom. There's a little bit of skin contact. It's a very slow process relatively, but it bleeds out some of that beautiful color, and it makes a rosé that's much more bold on the nose and on the palate. So you extract, you know, before, it's basically a step before making the red wines. And it just bursts with fruit on the nose and on the palate.
But that's why it's so limited, because you can only make a limited quantity.
And you want to have it fresh, right? Like by the end of summer, early fall, we want to be done with it and then kind of hang in there all winter and wait for the next release. So.
Well, where are we in harvesting the grapes right now?
So actually the Cab Franc is right behind us here. This is right now, you know, the shoots are developing. We had the first flowering, the fruit is setting, so there's the tiny little spots
really
where where the berries come. But you can see that we have a long ways to go in filling up the top wires there, so there's a lot of growth happening yet. And this will be maintenance throughout the season of plucking away the leaves to expose the grapes to more sunshine.
We need more sunshine, don't we?
Yeah, but you know what? Things are pretty much on track.
Okay, good.
But yes, we could use a little bit more sun. So in the meantime, we have bottled sunshine until the sun comes out again. Okay,
well, cheers to that. Coming up, we are going to be checking out their patio and some of the food offerings that they have here at Bella Terra Vineyards here in Niagara-on-the-Lake. Cheers.
Cheers.
Well, we've made our way to the beautiful back patio here at Bella Terra, and I'm now being joined by David. And David, your menu has always been amazing, but now you've added a few new things to share.
Yeah, we're really excited about the patio season underway, and we thought we'd kick it off with a few new menu items here at Bella Terra Vineyards. So what's new? Right in front of you here. This is new. So this is our Mediterranean dip with Kalamata olives and some nice pita chips.
I get it closer to me.
Very nice spices, Mediterranean spices, and just something fresh kind of for hot summer days. And we thought it'd pair nicely with our Sauvignon Blanc, which is one of our favorites, 2024.
Okay.
Just from last summer, drinking very well.
I bet.
Again, dry, but fruit forward, New Zealand style. I say that more as a buzzword. I think Niagara style is world class, but I'm a little biased.
Yeah, you'll throw a little in there, no problem. Oh, it smells delicious.
Yeah.
This is new as well, isn't it?
Yeah, so charcuterie board's always been a staple. We've revamped it for this season. So 3 staple cheeses with manchego, cheddar, and Parmesan. Assorted meats that we get from all over. Our pear Riesling jam is returned this season. It's a fan favorite.
It's so good.
Yeah, it's delicious. It's delicious. And some nice antipastos.
Can we talk about what's behind the red banner?
Yeah, so here behind our stanchions we have our wine club lounge. So
this is brand new.
Yeah, this is new this season. The wine club is growing every year, so we wanted to have a space just for our members where they can come and they know they have a space to sit on our patio, enjoying the wines they love with some snacks as well.
Now, what are the benefits of becoming a wine club member?
Yeah, so I think part of why the wine club has grown so much, especially since I've been here, is it's just a lovely product, right? So it's a great place for folks to come from all over Canada. We have wine club members that travel up from south of the border as well, but it's a great place to host people, enjoy some samples, enjoy some food, and support the wines you love. Especially.
And you get special little VIP options like that. So even if it's empty, you can't sit there. You're not allowed.
No, wine club members only.
Yeah, it's very strict rules. Now, how does one become a member for the wine club?
Yeah, so becoming a member, I always say you got to like the wines first before you become a member.
But that's a given.
Yeah, absolutely. But you come. Usually, folks do a tasting, experience what Bella Terra has to offer, and then you talk to any of our wine consultants, and they run you through what it's like to be a member, how you sign up, receiving shipments right to your door, and then obviously enjoying some of the perks. So coming and sampling with friends and family, complimentary, getting first updates about all the events that we have here on site, and then members' preferred pricing on the bottles as well.
Yeah, that's key too, right? Amazing. Okay, well, coming up, we are actually going to be doing a walking tour. We're going to find out about the history of the land, kind of how it came to be, and why it is so good for grape growing. Thanks, David. Let's cheers to the new menu.
Absolutely. Cheers.
Well, we are now going to indulge in the new elevated tasting experience with David. This is quite the setup. It looks pretty bouge. I like what I see. You're going to have to go through glass by glass, though, because I won't have an idea.
Oh, okay, yeah.
What we're doing.
Yeah, no, that's a good call. We'll. It's always better to explain with wine.
Yeah.
So the premium tasting was born because we wanted to offer something a little bit more elevated here at Bella Terra. We have all different sorts of folks that come through our front door, but we also have wine enthusiasts. So this is a little bit more geared towards the person that wants to learn a little bit more about the wines, sample the wines with food, and also learn about kind of the heritage and history here in Niagara and why we're making world-class wine. So that's kind of the vision behind this tasting.
This is so wonderful that you provide a little vineyard map for when we're going on our tour. We can find out kind of what vines we're walking by and where we are, and that's great.
No, 100%. I mean, we're in a state vineyard, and again, this was kind of born because, the winery is called Bella Terra Vineyards. The heart of everything we do happens in the field, right?
Of course.
All of these beautiful glasses and the food, nothing can happen without the hard work that happens out there. So that's the driver, and, looking at where all of the grapes are coming from, I think people appreciate that.
Okay, well, let's try a couple of these wines and explain to me the wine and why I'm pairing it with what I'm pairing.
Yeah, so we're going to start with our traditional method, Blanc de Blanc, champagne style, very dry. They say there's 1 million bubbles in a glass of champagne, or our Blanc de Blanc here at Bella Terra. So every wine is paired with a different glass. So these are Riedel glasses, and they're varietal specific. So we believe that the wine is going to smell and taste better in that varietal specific glass.
It's delicious.
Yeah,
as always.
I love this wine.
It's one of my favorites.
So this would actually be pairing with our sorbet. So you get that fresh palate cleanser and then kind of an amuse-bouche to start, if you will.
That is so sweet. Okay, then I feel like things get a little bit more decadent or almost heavier as we go.
Right, yeah. So again, every bowl is supposed to be specific to the grape that we're serving. So then we'd go Sauvignon Blanc, so that would be our aromatic white glass. And then we have two very similar glasses here, but they'd actually be for two different grapes. So we have our Chardonnay in your left hand, then followed into our Pinot Noir. Actually, I'm going to pour you a little bit of our Pinot in this glass. I think it looks beautiful. This is my favorite bowl of the set. Oh, it's amazing.
Yeah. Oh yes, that looks lovely. And what would I pair this with?
So we like to pair this one actually with the little crostini there, and that's going to be
with the pâté.
Yeah, that's going to be our pâté with the Pinot Noir.
They offer you a little menu too, which is really quite nice, and it's lovely.
All personalized for you and your guests. So this is again a little bit more of a deep dive into what we do here with the wines. It's about an hour to an hour and a half tasting experience, and it's going to be with one of our trained wine consultants, someone who's had serious wine training training, or even our sommelier, who was the maestro behind this tasting.
Now, if I wanted to book it, how do I go about doing that?
So all of our reservations are through Talk, typically at least a 24-hour notice period, just so we can have everything set up for you. When you walk through the door with your guests, this is all going to be set up with the food warm and ready to go.
And how many people?
So at least 2, but up to 6.
Okay.
Yeah, again, we want this to be kind of an intimate experience. You and our trained wine consultant, and really, again, dive into the wines, dive into the food, and dive into the terroir, which is what this tasting's about.
Amazing. It is always such a spectacular experience here at Bella Terra. You got to come and check it out for yourself. Now that they offer this, they offer the VIP seating for the members club, and of course the big tour through the vineyards that we're going to go on. So make sure you stay tuned. Lots coming up on Morning Live. Woo! Time to celebrate here at Bella Terra Vineyards. We have just finished an exhausting walking tour. Just kidding, it wasn't exhausting, but it was super informative and super interesting. And this is something that you've never done here before, correct?
Yeah, we've set this up, but we have not really used it to its full potential yet.
Okay.
So, yeah, it's really when people come to wine country and see a lot of these wineries, they want to know, like, why here? Like, why is it happening here? So we decided that we wanted to do something, obviously tell the story of Bella Terra, but even more important, the story of all of Niagara wine country. So we've started with a tour that starts 450 million years ago.
Wow.
When the soils started to be created here, because it used to be a subtropical ocean at the time.
Right, we had dinosaurs.
Yeah, and well, we have still every day we find these rocks here in the vineyards, and that's a sign of the times.
That's so cool.
We have a lot of that shale in there with fossils embedded in it when all of this used to be underwater.
Yeah.
But it used to also be, after that, all under ice. So we have, this sign kind of points out how much ice there was. 1.5 kilometers of ice. And the glaciers brought a lot of that sand and granite from the Canadian Shield down here. And when it all melted, the Great Lakes appeared,
They formed,
and this land that we have today was left behind. Great, minerality in the soil, lots of nutrients.
Granite
and
deposits.
Exactly, and it's amazing for grape growing. So we thought we give you an opportunity to do this on your own time. Start with some bubbles. You take the walking tour. There is some QR codes on the signs to give you more little videos as you walk around to explain more in depth.
That's so neat.
And at the end, you finish off on our patio that you've seen with the wine tasting and a little charcuterie.
Oh, it's so good. I love the fact that you're educating people on kind of the history, not only of the vineyard, but the whole region itself. Because it is something that people never really think of when they go to wine country. They're just like, let's go have some wine. And then they don't actually know the history.
There was a method to the madness all these years ago when the pioneers started this out. And that's another part, like for hundreds of years. This is nothing new in this area. It's been really an amazing place for peaches, apricots, pears over the years, and of course in recent history, grapes.
Amazing.
Who can always just eat peaches when there's lots of
There's
wine
lots of wine to
enjoy.
be drunk. Well, you can drink wine and eat peaches, I guess, right? Okay, so Bella Terra events here all summer long. I mean, you guys have weddings, you have parties, you have all sorts of stuff with your catering. And of course, you saw some of the food. It is so, so incredibly good. Come here, try the walking tour, pick up a couple of bottles of wine, and really enjoy the comforts of home here on Niagara-on-the-Lake. Thank you so much, Marcel, for having us. As
Thank you.
always, it's been a pleasure.
Cheers.
Cheers.